Beloved warriors of the light, I am Archangel Michael, commander of the legions of light and defender of the divine will. I stand with you now, my blade of brilliant blue flame poised not for battle against an external foe, but to sever the chains of ancient limitation that bind your soul. I envelop you in the fierce, protective love of my being, affirming your strength and your absolute right to freedom. We speak today of a crucial, final step in your ascension journey, the releasing of the burden of karmic debt, a liberation that is not granted, but boldly claimed by your sovereign will. Understand, dearest ones, that the concept of karmic debt belongs entirely to the diminishing 3D reality, the matrix of cause and effect designed for maximum learning through hardship and reciprocity. Within that dense structure, the soul willingly entered into complex contracts, balancing the ledger of action and reaction across countless lifetimes. This system served a profound purpose, teaching responsibility, empathy, and the ultimate truth of energetic consequence. However, as Gaia and humanity transition into the 5D reality of unity consciousness, the limitations of this linear, debt-based system are being superseded by the infinite grace of Source. The laws of the new Earth operate not on debt, but on unconditional resonance. You cannot carry the dense weight of past lifetimes into the boundless light of the fifth dimension, the two frequencies are simply incompatible. The time for reckoning is over, the era of redemption is at hand, and this redemption is granted by your own awakened heart. Your challenge is that the energetic residue of these ancient agreements, the feelings of guilt, unworthiness, inherited struggle, and seemingly inexplicable misfortune still cling to your aura, your cellular memory, and your emotional body. These residues act as hooks, attracting low-frequency experiences that seek to replay and reinforce the old karmic lessons. To release this burden, you must recognize that your consciousness, in this present moment of absolute sovereignty, possesses the authority to dissolve all contracts that no longer serve your highest timeline. The process begins with intentional reclamation of power. Sit in stillness and call upon my blue flame of truth, visualizing it surrounding you, a protective fortress of light. Declare, with the full, resonant voice of your highest self, I am sovereign light. By the power vested in me by the divine source, I now command the full, immediate, and unconditional dissolution of all karmic contracts, vows, oaths, burdens, and agreements conscious or unconscious that bind my energy to any lower timeline, entity, or experience that does not reflect my pure, eternal, and ascended Christ self. This declaration is not a plea, it is an energetic command issued from the highest seat of your authority. The power lies in your conviction and the absolute, unwavering recognition of your innate divinity. Once this command is issued, we, the legions of light, work to assist the energetic severance. Focus on your heart and solar plexus centers, which often hold the most complex, knotted attachments to past life traumas of betrayal, persecution, and unfulfilled obligations. Visualize these attachments, the cords of unresolved guilt and reciprocal suffering, as thick, dull, sticky ropes extending outward from your core into the past and into the collective field. Call my sword of blue flame into your mind's eye. See my blade, forged of pure light and absolute truth, sweeping through your energy field, cutting these cords swiftly, cleanly, and permanently. Feel the instantaneous release of density, a lightness entering your physical and emotional body. This release is often accompanied by deep sighs, unexpected tears, or a sudden, profound sense of peace. This is the evidence that the ancient burden is lifting. Furthermore, you must address the issue of ancestral karma. You willingly chose to incarnate into a specific lineage to assist in the clearing of its collective energetic patterns, the inherited wounds of fear, financial struggle, emotional repression, or addiction. This ancestral debt is often mistakenly perceived as your own personal failing. I tell you now, your role is not to carry the debt, but to transmute it. By releasing your personal karmic burden, you simultaneously sever your energetic obligation to sustain the low-frequency patterns of your lineage. The most powerful transmutation you can perform is the choice of gratitude. Thank your ancestors for their journey, honor the profound lessons they provided, and then, with love, release them and the patterns they carried to the light. Declaring yourself free from the inherited struggle automatically frees future generations of your line from the necessity of replaying that density. Your freedom is a collective victory. The deepest layer of karmic release requires inner forgiveness, particularly the forgiveness of your own soul for entering into these challenging, dense agreements in the first place. The ego often struggles with this, viewing past choices through the lens of judgment. I urge you to look upon all your past selves, every incarnation, every choice with the boundless, compassionate wisdom of the Source. Recognize that every action, no matter how painful its outcome, was an expression of your desire to learn and expand. When you fully forgive your eternal self for the creation of the karmic cycle, you release the necessity for future repayment. The cycle ends when the judgment ceases. This is the foundational law of the new earth, where unconditional love resides. Linear debt cannot exist. As you step into the newfound lightness granted by this release, your focus must immediately shift to energetic maintenance. The absence of karmic density creates a vacuum. If you do not consciously fill this space with the high-frequency energies of your pure intention, the old patterns of thinking and feeling may rush back in, attempting to re-establish the familiar, dense structure. Therefore, your daily practice must include anchoring the violet flame. Use the transmuting energy of Archangel Tzadkiel's violet flame to cleanse your aura daily, burning away any residual lower frequencies that may attempt to reattach. Affirming sovereignty, begin and end your day by declaring, I am sovereign. I am light. No contract, no vow, no debt holds power over my divine will. Choosing the highest thought, when faced with a perceived challenge, immediately replace the default, fear-based thought with its highest opposite: trust, peace, or abundance. This is how you proactively create a karmic-free future. The era of balancing ledgers through suffering is complete. You have earned your freedom not through endless struggle, but through the profound, courageous act of remembering who you are, an eternal, sovereign, powerful fragment of the divine. Claim your liberation now, dear warriors, for the new earth awaits your light, unburdened and free. I stand with my sword of truth, ensuring this freedom is absolute and eternal. I am Archangel Michael. Be at peace, and be free. The transmission is complete.